Tiny Book Club Day. Woo! This is our Tiny Book Club with Brooke Nicholson and Angela Lanter's here. And we're going to have some fun. We got a lot of books to talk about, you guys, because everybody kind of read something different during the summer.
Except for
Amanda, who weirdly did not read.
I'm the delinquent this time. I was just very busy.
Yeah, but you read faster than anybody I've ever met.
Really do.
I know. I'll catch up.
She'll be like, oh, I'll read that tonight. Like the whole book.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
I can read very quickly.
But you're a speed reader, like
yes.
by definition.
Yes.
She was just busy with summer camp.
Yes. I was camp-anding. I was tiny house camping. I was traveling and vacationing and sleeping.
Oh, that's
Just
nice.
enjoying all of
Glorious.
summer.
Soaking it all in. And now
that
it's
we're back
over.
to school. I know. Everybody's back to school, right? So you've got a kindergartner.
She just started. It's awful.
Cute. Kenny's so cute.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And then I've got my I had my first day of school for Mason, my oldest. And then my middle one went to high school for the first time. And Tucker's in fourth. And you've got...
Let's see. Ellie is in 6th and Charlie's in 8th.
I had my first day of elementary school for Riker.
Oh.
He's in 5th grade this year. And then the girls are 2nd grade.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Oh.
They just feel very big, and I don't like it. Now I'm going to go back to eating my feelings.
Tell me about it. When they all three of my kids now wear a shoe size bigger than mine, and Tucker's
boys
almost there, but they're all like, ha, my foot's bigger than you. Ha, I'm taller than you. I'm like, did you think I'm 5'2"?
I was going to say, like, if you didn't make it this far.
I was like, what did you think the goal was here? That I wanted my boys to be 5 foot?
When my kids outgrow me, that will really be an accomplishment.
Yes, that's true.
Y'all, we got gummies again this week.
We're doing the gummies. Not
those gummies. These gummies.
Woohoo gummies.
We tried something new. They're berry clouds. Look, they're like clouds.
I feel like it has like a marshmallow
There's like a cream.
Yeah.
Kind of like the watermelon ones that we tried.
Or is it like a mochi kind of texture, right? Like that marshmallow.
It looks like marshmallow, yeah.
It's a fluffy cloud-like texture.
Yeah, go for it.
I couldn't find. Somebody suggested volcanoes on our YouTube. Haribo volcanoes, and I've never seen such a thing.
Well, apparently we have to go for a search.
Clouds.
We got to go for a search. Well, let's talk about books. All right, so Angela, you're like the avid read, like on Go Reads. You're just like
Goodreads.
Goodreads. Go Reads.
Go Reads.
On Goodreads. Yeah.
God Reads. On God Reads, you're like book. But I mean, I think I get like daily, like Angela suggested this. Angela loved this. Angela read this. Angela's got this in the waiting list. Like,
sorry.
No, it's awesome. You're like
sorry.
such an avid reader.
But it's because I listen to my books mostly. I mean, there's a couple that I have picked up and actually physically read. Those take me a really long time to get through. But
so do you listen like while you're in the shower, while you're like doing your makeup?
driving for sure.
Okay.
Doing my makeup, cleaning the house.
Okay.
Sometimes when I'm working, I have the type of brain that can do 5 things at one time. Oops. And it's my downfall, I think. Because I'm wondering if I'm ever actually doing any one thing fully.
Well, yeah, I get that.
That's kind of the mom brain anyways. Or
Yeah,
the
it
woman,
is.
you can't just
is.
focus on one thing.
Yeah.
You got to be all over the place.
Now, do you listen? I mean, I know some of the books you read that I'm interested in. I wouldn't necessarily listen with my kid in the car.
No,
like that.
no. I put
Okay.
a headphone in.
Oh, okay.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like my
brilliant.
AirPod. Yeah. Because if she's in the car and we're driving a distance, she's got her iPad. So it's like I'm going to sit there and listen to her iPad the whole time and drive myself crazy.
Well, let me teach you my trick. Give them the headphones.
I know I need to.
And then
I know I need
That's the
to.
only problem is when they slip them off and you don't realize, and then they're like, "Mom, what'd they just say?" And you're like,
Right.
Nothing.
That's what I'm afraid
They're
of.
just having some fun, tickling each other in fun places.
Right.
If you listen to like Colleen
Right.
Hoover in the car, no.
No, I'm listening to Christine Lauren's, is it Christina Lauren?
Yeah.
One True Love Experience.
So,
is it One True Love Experiment?
True
or
Love Experiment. Yeah.
You're the one who recommended that one to me.
I like it a lot.
I'm halfway through it right now. Yeah.
Okay,
I
what is
like
that?
her.
What is this one about?
It's kind of like a reimagining of The Bachelor, in my opinion. Would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I'm
But like
not
a
a reality.
Yeah, it is,
Okay.
and it's a female. So
Yeah.
and she's like forced to date based off of like a rating that they do. Is it like a?
The audience controls who she dates. But it's off of DNA. Like they came up with this technology to figure out who your best match would be off of your DNA. And she gave these categories. Like one had to be a cowboy, one had to be a vampire, which really I didn't really understand.
She was trying to be difficult.
She's trying to be super difficult so that they wouldn't be able to. Because she's a best-selling author in the book. It's really
so she
interesting.
needed a good story.
Wait, what's it called again?
True Love Experiment.
True Love Experiment. I'm so going to check that one out.
So there's True Love by Christina Lauren, and then there's Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren. So are you reading Soulmate Equation?
No, I'm reading
The True Love Experiment. Yeah, that one.
I'm 65% of the way through.
Yeah.
This is what I do. I get mine on Libby. I listen to all my books
I
on
love
Libby.
Libby.
Is that the library
That's
link?
the free library app. Yeah.
Or Hoopla. I do one or the other. And then if it's too long of a wait, I'll just buy it on Audible.
See, I love that you do it while you're like cleaning and whatnot. I only listen to books on tape in the car because like instead of I've just gotten sick of the radio, sick of the news. So I just started listening to and I'll only do self-help books. But you suggested Jacqueline in Paris. Mm-hmm. And so I started listening to that and then I was like, I don't think I like fiction in the car, I've realized, because I don't want the description. Like, I like description in books, but when I'm listening to it, I realized I'm bored. Like, with the, what she's wearing and what it looks like and what the architecture.
That book is hard to get into, I think.
Is it?
I feel like are you guys reading it?
I haven't started it
I'm
yet.
probably like a quarter.
And I don't want to, the end of the book kind of, shocked me a little bit.
Well, good, because there's, nothing so far.
That's what I mean. It's really slow and hard to get into. And then at the end, I felt like it redeemed itself because I had no idea anything was what was going on in it, basically.
Well, it reminded me a little bit of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, just
the flashback.
just the French, the time period. Yeah, sort of. It's not really flashbacks, right? It's not flashbacks. She's just in the 40s in Paris.
Well, but then she's telling it as if she's telling it as the past, but she's not telling anything of the future. She's just telling her story.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And she's
Revisiting.
searching her family history and stuff too, which kind of turns out to be nothing very quickly. So I was confused about. Well, she hasn't really dug deep into it yet, I guess. Yeah. But and I don't care about if you give spoilers, it's fine. But I'm just I don't get where we're going with this. With Addie LaRue, you were like, oh, how is she going to break the curse of this this constant, what is it called? Immortality, right?
Yeah.
How is she going to break the curse, or how is she going to trick her way out of it, or trick Satan? And with Jacqueline so far, I'm like, I don't know what I want her to, I don't know what I want here.
It was very slow. It was very slow. But, well, do you want me to
You can go ahead. I mean, that's what we're here for. We're here to talk about the book, so it's
alert.
fine.
Okay, well, I didn't read anything about it. I just saw it. It was recommended on Goodreads. Someone, somewhere, somehow said something about it.
It's right up your alley. Paris, the 40s.
Paris,
World War
and
II.
it was post-World War II. I saw those two things, and I was like, okay, I'm going to read this. It's the story of Jacqueline Onassis.
Oh.
That's who it is, but they don't reveal that.
Oh,
but if anybody had read the front page, it's Jacqueline Bouvier. And it's
oh yeah, I knew that name sounded familiar.
And I'm like, why in the world was that not clicking in my
so many
brain?
times in the book too.
And I knew it too.
Because we know her as Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, and you might be like, oh, but you would never hear it out of context.
If you picked the actual book up and read it, though, you'd be like, oh, this is Jacqueline Onassis, Jacqueline Kennedy, whatever.
Oh my gosh.
So this is the back.
So now I'm more interested. Now I want to get back
exactly. So then I'm reading it, and I'm like, this is so boring, so boring. And then the very last page or whatever, it's talking about her being married to Robert Kennedy. It's like, oh my gosh.
The other one, John
Kennedy. Sorry.
There's so many of them. It's hard to keep straight.
There's so many Kennedys. Oh my gosh.
Kennedys.
No, but it was just because she was just so timeless and classic, and it's and it's fiction, but then you listen to the author talk about how she created these stories, and so much was based off of truth.
Okay.
It's really interesting.
Well, now I'm more interested because now I'm like, okay, I want to know what she was wearing and what she was looking at or who she was talking. Because I'm like, there's so many teas and meetings and coffees and countesses and who are all these?
They're all real people. It's all real people, but a lot of it is assumed.
Okay. So it makes sense. They just fluffed it up.
So it's a kind of historical fiction, yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of it is true. So it kind of borders the line of fiction to nonfiction.
That's kind of my favorite genre, though, is that historical fiction
historical
and World
fiction
War
is
II.
mine.
Codename Helene and all those.
Yeah.
Love that one.
Where it's here's the facts, and then here's the same with Nightingale, right? That's a World War II.
Absolutely.
Who's the writer on that one?
It was
I love her. All her. She has many books.
She wrote the one in Alaska too, The Great Alone.
Yeah, I love that one.
Oh my gosh.
4 Winds. I'm reading that. I started the first chapter and never went back to it.
Christine Hanna.
Thank you.
Hannah.
Kristen Hanna, yeah.
The 4 Winds, I didn't know anything about the Dust Bowl. So that is...
I haven't even... I kind of broke into it and it's sitting under my coffee table, but with all these other books we've been reading, I didn't even go back to it.
Oh, it's so good. I learned so much. Well, I mean, I knew a little bit of it from The Grapes of Wrath.
Okay.
The original old... was that
High
30s?
School.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, I think it's like
Yeah,
20s,
basically.
Where we were all required to read.
Yeah.
But that might be my favorite book. If I hit this
Really?
one more time, guys.
Which one?
It's all right.
hitting the mic.
We talk with our hands.
The Four
here.
Winds.
Yeah, it's very
It's
good.
so good.
Nightingale.
I love her writing, but I think
favorites.
it's odd that she writes so. She must do so much research because she writes so beautifully about that one. Like to know so much about France in like the 30s, like or 40s, and it was so detailed. And then to go to Alaska and hear about like what it might be like to live up there, and like I can't even like. I think what turned me off about Four Winds was I was like, does she really know something about this too? It just seems like
It's good. Stick to
It's
it.
so
She puts out
good.
so much.
so much. Like Colleen Hoover, I'm like, where'd all these books come from?
Are you just moving from place to place, writing all these stories? And
Chris and Hannah wrote one of my favorite Christmas books too, and it's one that nobody talks about. I can't remember the name of it. We'll have to look it up. But I think she is excellent at making a location or a situation or historical era as a character,
Totally.
kind of like how in Gilmore Girls, Stars Hollow, it feels
Comfort
like
and Joy. Is that
Comfort
what
and
it's called?
Joy.
Comfort and Joy. What a great title. How come
It
we haven't
is.
had a Christmas movie named that?
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
it
I
is
don't
so
know.
Matt and I
good.
can do a Christmas
one.
movie named
Make
Comfort
that.
and Joy.
Make that.
I'll be Joy and his last
Buy
name
the
is
rights.
Comfort.
Please buy the rights.
If anybody's interested in a really fun story, I was actually just told one today by one of my friends. And I was like, this is either going to make the best novel or the best TV movie we have ever seen.
Well, don't give it away. Are you going to give it away right now?
Do you not want me to? I'll tell you off camera. But y'all are going to find this highly entertaining.
Tell us.
So it all centers around the fact that her in-laws' parents won grave plots as a prize.
Ooh. Okay.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Okay.
Y'all, this is for real.
Okay.
This is a true story.
Oh my God.
They won grave plots. And I was like, I'm sorry, there was a contest for grave plots?
and
what?
they entered it.
Was it a
What in the
raffle?
North Tennessee is this?
North Tennessee.
And so,
Middle.
it was like North Middle Tennessee.
Oh,
yes.
North Middle. Are we North? Are we North?
I thought we're middle.
Well, they're North. They're not.
Oh, okay.
So, So the in-laws, parents won the plots. Something happened. Then the father-in-law passed away a few years ago. They buried him in one of the plots. And at the time, while they were there, they went ahead and the rest of the family got plots nearby. And if this isn't the most Southern family thing you've ever heard, okay? So the mother-in-law and father-in-law, he's interned. The mother-in-law is going to be right next to him. The daughter is going to be right next to him. And then the other two are going to be on the other side. Okay, so there's like 5 of them, right? All together. So the other day, the mother-in-law goes to the cemetery to check on things. And it turns out someone else has been interned in one of their plots.
No.
Oh, no.
And it happens to be a family that they know.
No.
Oh my God.
And so now chaos ensues.
What?
And no one knows how this is going to end. I was like, you have to keep me posted because I have to have an ending to this movie.
Do a Lifetime movie about
Oh,
that.
for sure.
And I was like, we could add a true crime element to this.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is
Who
good.
stole the grave plot?
Let's put a lawsuit on there too.
I know.
You know,
Yeah.
come on.
Let's just do it all. We'll do it as a courtroom drama. with
Well,
some
and the real
true
drama
crime.
here is this new family whose loved one is buried there. They have the ownership of it as well. Like it was sold twice.
Oh no.
So it's a whole debacle of, well, who bought it first? One family's already had their gravestone ordered. The other has not.
Gosh.
Well, they have the body in it. Like,
We have
Yeah,
a
but
So
similar.
do they.
My
First to
grandmother's been
die.
exhumed like
Well, no, but
twice,
so
I
do
think,
they.
because
So one of them,
my grandmother passed away when she was 60. My grandfather remarried, and his new wife wanted to be buried next to him also. So he moved his first wife, my grandmother, and got 3 grave sites together instead of just the 2.
So
So,
both of
he has
his
a
wives-
wife on each side. It's fine.
what
mean,
is
you
that,
know,
Grandpa?
But you know what? Because my grandma Rose did not. I mean, they were together like 26 years after.
Yeah.
My grandmother died, and she didn't have any children, and he was her first husband. So
I mean, that
she was
makes
the love of
sense.
his life, and you know what?
it's
fine.
not like he was like, bouncing around to wives.
It's not like he was cheating. No. He was either going to
It's not like
die
one's a
or he was
mistress,
going to get.
you know?
Yeah,
right.
no.
Yeah.
He loved
Yeah.
both.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
In their
and I think he
time.
was. And they were both my grandmas for about the equal amount of time. So
That is interesting.
actually, the second one was probably my grandmother longer, technically. But yeah, because the other one died when I was 12, and then he was with her like 26 years. So yeah.
I had no idea how much drama grave plots could cause.
No, right? That's
And
a
I am
great
like-
story.
Oh yeah.
On pins and needles waiting
Now
to
we
hear
need
how
a book.
this.
Now we
I
need a
still
book
want a
written.
follow-up question of how did they win them? Yeah, was it a
Yeah.
raffle?
Oh,
Yeah.
she needed to go get the story straight and get back to me.
And like,
We're gonna need
yeah,
to
like
follow up.
why?
Coming soon.
Was it just like at a bingo game or
Right? And what
That's
Charity
what I'm
event.
imagining. Like, is it like the local fair?
I don't know.
Like,
From
Was
what
it
I
a
was
hot dog
like,
event
when you
auction
like
or something?
the gun in the water balloon, you fill up the water balloon and it explodes.
there's got to be a good story
Yeah.
to this. But she was like, yeah, I don't know. This is a newer cemetery for the area.
So we'll look for
and
this
I'm like,
book.
but this was like at least 40 or 50 years ago.
A newer
Oh my gosh. So we'll look for the book to come soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grave plot marauders or something. Did you know that Americans spend an average of 90% of their time indoors breathing around 30,000 gallons of air daily?
It's a lot of air.
I didn't know that. 30,000 gallons of air. So according to the EPA, indoor air could be 2 to 5 times more polluted than outdoor air. And in some cases, it can be 100 times more polluted.
Ew.
Is that crazy?
Ugh.
Well, let me tell you something. Do you know Air Doctor?
I do know Air Doctor.
I know Air Doctor too. I love Air Doctor because it has helped me with this issue. I am so worried about my indoor air. And especially since COVID and all those things, I was
know.
super concerned about indoor air.
Well, and it's allergy season. We've got pets. We've
Yes,
got
all those things.
kids that are bringing
Pollen,
all the
dust
things.
mites, mold. Air Doctor filters out dangerous contaminants and allergens so your lungs don't have to.
Yes. So the pollen, the pet dander, dust, mold, it's all gone with their ultra HEPA filter that's been independently tested to remove 99.99% of tested bacteria and
a lot.
viruses. Yes. And virtually 100% of particles as small as 0.003 microns.
Small.
It's so tiny.
They also feature whisper jet fans, 30% quieter than most air purifiers.
And I can speak to this because our Air Doctor is like in our main living space in
Same,
our house.
yeah.
And you don't even notice it's there.
No.
It's
and
awesome.
It's lovely. I have mine behind a plant and then it just like cleans the air and I just
Oh.
feel like everyone's healthier because of it.
Yes, an Air Doctor comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you don't love it, you just send it back for a refund, minus your shipping, of course.
So head to airdoctorpro.com and use promo code WWB. Depending on the model, you'll receive up to 39% off or up to $300 off.
So lock in this special offer by going to airdoctorpro.com. That's airdoctorpro.com and use the promo code WWB.
Thanks, Air Doctor, for sponsoring our podcast. What have you been reading, Brooke?
I have been reading Happy Place by Emily Henry.
what else did she write? I feel like
She does a lot of books like this, happy love story type thing.
Angela's dropping stuff.
So Happy Place is like a lake house that this woman and her friends gather at every year. And it's the place they go back to in their mind, when they want to think of something happy. And they're all gathered. It's 3 college friends and their significant others. And they're gathering there for like one last weekend. And there's some backstory there, some secrecy and love. And yes, people we meet on vacation,
And,
beach read.
A Million Junes. Did you read that one?
I didn't read that one.
Oh,
Need
she's
to add
got a
that one
bunch
to
of
my
books. Look at
list.
this. Book
You would love A
Lovers,
Million Junes.
Beach read, The Love That Split the World. Interesting. She's got a lot of books.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How do I find out about these people like 7 books later? Why don't I ever hear
'Cause
about
you're
people the
busy.
first book through?
Because you're not on BookTok.
I know. BookTok.
And
Oh,
you're
I
not
need
deep
that.
into the Goodreads like
Wait,
these
so
two.
what is BookTok exactly?
So it's on TikTok, and it's like like if you start searching for things, you can usually find them, and then
I
you
see
start
the
getting
hashtag.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
get served it once you start.
Is it just a hashtag?
It's a hashtag,
Okay.
and it's kind of where people are talking about like the books they're interested in. Sometimes they do like little skits, almost like acting it out.
I've seen those, like about Darcy and stuff.
Yes.
And I was cracking up at one of them I saw.
Some of them are hilarious. There's great content creators out there that are like killing it on BookTok.
And they're just book
Yes, and it's all
reviewers.
book content.
Okay.
It's very interesting. You
I
can
get
get tracked in
sent
very quickly.
So many books in PR, and I never know which ones to pick up and read.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, we could even pick one together. We were all
Well, we all were like,
because I said I wanted to read Happy Place, but you're like, oh, I've already read it. So then I was like, well, let's find something that you haven't read, which is like impossible because between the three of you, I can't find anything that you haven't read. So we just kind of have to pick one someone has read and then I'll
read it again.
Yeah. But I want to know, Brooke, what is going on here inside the cover?
That is a homemade sticker that Ellie made.
Oh, okay. So
She dabbled in making her own stickers this summer.
I like it. She stuck a beautiful little unicorn.
She stuck a unicorn in there.
Well, and now when I take it home, I'll be reminded that I need to give it back to Brooke.
There you go.
I have one of those library stand, the embossers. I have one of those that says the Library of Melissa. So I need to
really.
I need to go around my house.
Look at you, fancy.
Boom, boom, boom. I used to be a little DIY, not DIY, but I used to be fancy. I guess you could say. When I didn't have kids and I had time to be fancy. Now I'm just a hot freaking mess.
Do y'all ever give your books to the little book library?
Oh, yeah.
The neighborhood.
I did that recently. I dropped some off there, but they weren't good books. They were kind of I don't know what they were. They were just some books.
It depends on the book.
I was like, I'm gonna drop this.
If I really love a book, I end up buying multiple copies of it. So yeah.
Multiple?
Do you know how many copies of Addie LaRue I own?
Why?
She loved it.
Because I loan them out, and then a new edition comes out, and it's so beautiful.
The new edition on that is there a new edition out? Because I just saw a cover
gorgeous.
I hadn't seen before.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you loved Addie LaRue, you're gonna love A Million Junes by Emily Henry. It's a little bit it's more young adult though.
I don't mind that.
I don't either.
I love when the school sends home reading lists for the kids because I enjoy the books as much as
I've been doing
Riker
the classics
does.
with the wait till they're in high school because Brady just had to do Old Man in the Sea this summer, which I bought but I really haven't done. But last year he had to do The Outsiders, which was so fun to reread.
Charlie has to do that one this year. So
Mason's got to do Great Gatsby this year.
Oh, that's a great one to do with
I
them.
didn't read any of those. I went to this tiny Christian school and we were only allowed to read Christian books.
Yeah.
Well, then you need to
Let's go
pick
back
up
and do some classics.
Well, I have done some of them myself just because I was like, I love classic movies so much.
So Grapes of Wrath was definitely not on your reading list. Then in high
I
school.
never read it, but I've seen the movie. But I've gone back and read To Kill a Mockingbird and stuff like that.
Like Of Mice and Men.
I haven't read that one.
Little
well,
Women.
actually, I might
Outsiders?
have. No, I haven't done Outsiders, but I feel like Of Mice and Men I might have read in college, like in literature, maybe.
What about The Catcher in the Rye?
No.
Boo.
Little Women I did.
Boo! My favorite book of all time. I've always wanted a seahorse named Holden. I don't know why a seahorse, but I do. I want a seahorse named Holden. How can you say boo? You hated it?
I don't hate it.
You're going
It's
to
just
reread it. You forget how good it is.
long and
Long?
I don't feel like the payoff is worth it.
You don't
Not
like
that long. No, I'm just trying to remember it.
It felt hard. At the time, it felt hard to read.
The body catch
In
a
high
body,
school,
come
it
through the
was,
rye?
It
was kind of rough for high school.
Holden
You know what?
Caulfield
I
is
remember
a-
being traumatized by a book. It was in middle school. It was either 6th or 7th grade. Did y'all ever read Julie of the Wolves? Oh, don't recommend. It's probably, it's won all the awards, so it's probably a great book. But the trauma.
The trauma.
That's
of
how
it.
I feel about any Dickens.
And the book
like Tale of
Hatchet.
Two Cities. I'm like, oh
Hatchet
my
is what
God.
Charlie read this summer, and I read the back of it, and I was like, nope, don't want
is
to
it?
read that with you. It's like a little boy who's in a plane crash, and he's the only survivor, and like him and his hatchet have to make it in the wilderness. Like it's
Well,
the
that just
wilderness,
happened in Costa. Where did that just happen? Like
I don't know, but I
somewhere
was
in
like,
South America, where all those
too
kids
real.
survived 70
Yeah.
days in the wild.
Yeah.
That's oh my gosh, I kind of want to read that really badly now.
My high school just scarred me was In Cold Blood.
What's that?
They
Truman
made you
Capote.
read it in cold blood in high school?
It was
No.
about a murder. It was terrible.
I had to read the one about
That's awful.
That one. I was like,
as an adult woman that likes Lifetime, maybe, but
I had to read the one about the missionaries who were sent.
Yes.
And then he was
What was
eaten
that
by
called?
cannibals.
no, thank you.
The End of the Spear.
Was that what it
Yes.
was? That was.
Or the movie was at least called that. I don't remember what the book was
my
called.
boys
the
had to
book
read
too.
Lord
What's her
of the
name?
Flies
Elizabeth
last
Elliot.
year.
Yes.
Elizabeth Elliot.
Charlie did too. That was
Lord of the
good
Flies.
though.
I've never read it, and I don't really remember the movie, but I keep meaning to watch it because I feel like I'm living that with my boys.
Yeah.
And if I ever were to leave the house for too long, it would become Lord of the Flies. Like I literally was in a football meeting the other day with Mark, and my phone is blowing up from Tucker FaceTiming me, going. And then he's finally, I step outside of the meeting and I take the call, and he's like, "You have to come home now. I'm hiding in the closet. Mason choked me out. He's trying to kill me. I can't leave the closet, and if he finds me, he's gonna kill me." And I'm like,
Just stay in
Mason's
the closet.
please just stay there. I'll be home in like half an hour. And he's like, "No, you have to come home now. Don't you even care about your child?" And I was like, "But it's
What?
literally."
We can't hear you.
I was like, stop talking. Don't call me back. Just hold still. Don't sneeze."
I feel like your kids are living in the 90s. My children be like,
Mine are a little
we don't
feral.
lay hands on one another.
Yeah.
My boys have always played really rough, and with each one it gets rougher because the younger one throws, like Tucker doesn't know how to play gently. All of his friends in Connecticut, where he, spent his first 7 years, were third children and third boys, a lot of them. So they throw their full, because they're used to fighting with their big bros. So they throw their weight at each other full, they don't know how to restrict at all. And they go hard. And then, when Tucker gets on the trampoline with some kids and I'm like, whoa, that's a firstborn. Or hold on, that's a girl. Or wait, they're 2 years younger
Gentle
than you.
hands.
And he has no idea. Has no idea how to restrict. There's no governor that comes on. That he is all in. And so,
especially being a third and so much smaller, I think you kind of learn to play dirty.
Oh yeah, really dirty, really dirty. Brady learned how to be strong.
Yeah.
Tucker learned how to play dirty.
Yeah,
for sure.
Cheap shots there.
Tucker's like, where are the balls again? I got it.
That is so Tucker. Yeah.
All right, wait. So
Love
Happy
it.
Place. So we liked it.
Yes, I liked it. My only warning is there's a lot of obvious miscommunication between a couple where they're both thinking, and it just that just really frustrates me sometimes. Where it's just just talk. But it's a great story. She makes great characters, or creates great characters, and the setting was really cool. I liked it.
Oh, great. Okay,
5 stars.
I'm going to check that one out because I need another book after the Jacqueline.
It's mine first.
Yes. You get the one.
You get it first.
And then this one's romantic comedy by Curtis Sittenfeld.
I have never heard of that
I've
one.
heard of this. Did you love it?
I loved it.
This
I
is
loved
my
it.
life. So,
It's very,
it's a Reese's
very
pick.
funny. Very witty. There was a couple of times I had to look up a few words, which I love that. And it's the premise is she's a writer for a comedy show, it seems like it's SNL. And
okay.
it's very witty. I liked it a lot.
And who is this? Has this writer written other? Do we know?
I did not recognize the name.
Oh, it's a
but
woman.
Yeah, she's written a few things.
Translated into 30 languages and includes novels Prep, American Wife, Eligible, and American Wife. Is that based on a TV show?
That is a television show, but
Yeah.
I don't know if they're
And
really
Rodham.
Who
and
wrote
you
it?
think I'll say it. Curtis Sittenfeld.
No, I know who created American Housewife.
Well, maybe you might know who
That's
wrote
Sarah
the
Dunn.
show.
Yeah,
But,
she did both.
But maybe she wrote a book too? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Okay. Not the same.
Not the
Yeah,
same.
she has. Oh, American Housewife. That's the difference.
Yeah.
This is American Wife. She's also written short stories in the New Yorker, Atlantic, and Best American Short Stories. 2020 guest editor. She lives in Minneapolis.
Nice.
But
yeah, no,
it's
this one
really
sounds cool.
funny and smart. It does have a big section that takes place during the pandemic.
How does that sit with you? Because I think of what was the one that we read, Jodi Picoult. Wish You Were Here.
Wish You Were Here.
Yeah.
For me, that was really difficult.
Yeah.
It might have been too soon. We read it kind of short off the heels of COVID.
Yeah.
So it might trigger some people. It wasn't as much about well, no, there's a good bit. Never mind. There's some it could hit really too close to home for some people.
Okay.
Yeah. But she's a writer, and the city of New York shuts down and she can't do anything, so she moves home.
It sounds like a love triangle. Is there a love triangle? No?
Not really.
Sally's friend and fellow writer Danny begins dating Annabelle, a glamorous actress who guest hosted the show. He joins the nuts.
So there's a joke kind of in the beginning of it about how a funny guy can land a really hot woman.
Oh my
it's
God.
Pete Davidson.
It's Colin. No, it's
Yeah.
his name is Danny Horst. I think it's Colin Jost and Scarlett Johansson.
And then
don't know.
it's
He's
Pete
cute.
Davidson and any woman he's ever dated. And then, then she, a funny writer, she couldn't land a hot guy, or so she thinks,
Gotcha.
or whatever. But it's
And a little bit reminds me of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, just because she's so witty
Yes.
and funny
Yes.
and a writer
that
on the
voice
show.
kind of
All right.
Gimme.
Very cool.
Take it. Read it.
Amanda, what do you got going on? Oh, you said
she's going to read these.
You've
gonna read these.
went to a lot of concerts. Let's see. Nickelback. Who else?
No, I didn't go to Nickelback.
Oh, that's right. You
We
didn't go to
covered
Nickelback.
this.
That's right. Tell me who you went to.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so the latest was Jason Mraz. I went to Dwight Yoakam. I went to, Brain, you're going to have to fill me in here.
Jason Mraz sang our wedding song.
Oh, which one?
I won't give up.
Oh, I love that
It's our
one.
wedding song.
Yeah, that was an incredible concert. I
I
had not
bet.
seen him.
Right?
Yeah, no, First Bank.
First thing. Oh, that I haven't
There's
been there.
a
Is that
lot of
great?
It's
First Bank right
fabulous.
Okay.
It's really
I have not
fabulous.
been to a concert in years. I miss concerts.
Only since I moved. Okay, I've gone to more concerts in the last year than I did my entire life because I'm
Really?
living in Nashville. We're just hey, so and so's next week is Incubus, and I'm I'm dying to see. I never cared about concerts before, but now I'm because it's so close too.
Yeah.
As opposed to like having to
was such
travel
a-
to New York City or
Well, it
like,
was such a debacle in LA to get anywhere, especially
Yeah.
like the bowl.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you might as well just.
oh, the bowl you can't get out of. because
No,
you have to
I'm like,
park
you're
in
gonna be there
tandem.
for 10
you park
hours.
tandem
It's
at the
awful.
Hollywood Bowl.
No, thank
awful.
It's ridiculous. You sit in the traffic for longer than you were in the concert.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm
I drag her to a lot.
all about it.
I wanted so badly to see George Strait was it last week or 2
Oh,
weeks ago?
yeah. We were camping,
It
but I
got
wanted
rained
to see
out
that
though.
too. Oh, did it?
So you didn't. Well,
Oh.
like half the show.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna go somewhere else. And
Yeah.
see him.
So I wanted to talk about parenting books because this is like my thing. I mean, I've already kind of talked about it a little bit with Amanda on the show here that I've read a lot of Colleen Hoover this summer. I kind of really quickly went through it ends with us, it begins with us, and then I went to Verity, and now I'm on Never Never. But
How do you feel about it becoming a movie? That particular book.
I think that's why I picked it up to read it because
Which
I
one,
really want to
Verity?
make sure it ends with us with Blake Lively. The pictures have been like what people are saying about the photos are
People
interesting.
are not loving that wardrobe.
No, it's interesting. Well, there must be a story point
It's
to
not
it. She
how
looks,
any of us pictured her.
but she looks fabulous. There must be a story
Well,
point that
she's
we're
Blake
missing.
Lively. Of course, she looks
Yeah.
fabulous.
Well, there's.
but-
I
like
mean,
they
there's-
don't make it seem that way in the book, though.
She's supposed to be gorgeous. She's supposed to be really pretty,
yeah,
right?
and, like put together. And
Yeah.
there's nothing.
But I wonder if there's like something that we don't know that's in the script that's not in the book, like a flashback or a different time period or
People wouldn't know that
story.
is either.
But
I don't know.
What I mean
hate
is they're
when they
shooting
stray
some
from the book.
scene that's not in the book.
I hate when they stray from the book.
Yeah,
though.
but they might
I get
need
so
to
angry.
to spell some things out. Like I feel
Yeah.
like sometimes you have to fill in gaps that might not make sense visually, and I have a feeling maybe there's something there. But
Yeah.
but those are the only nonfiction I've read in a long time. But then, other than listening to Jacqueline in Paris, which I really need to probably pick up the book because I think I would like it better. But then these are some of the books that I'm sort of obsessed with, you guys. So I think I've talked about this one before, Raising Emotionally Strong Boys. And Sissy Goff, you were saying, Brooke, that she lives here in Nashville?
Yes, she lives here in Nashville. She has, I think it's called like the Little Yellow House. It's like a counseling community.
And they come around, like I think I've seen them speak at our church.
She has a great Instagram page too,
Yes,
with
she
great
gives
advice
lots of
on
tips.
parenting. And
She's
so
been
this
doing
is-
girls all summer, and he's been doing boys. But a lot of times they tag team.
Yes, it's Raising Emotionally Strong Boys is the one. Mark and I were both suggested this by a counselor that we have, and it was really, really great. It's been a minute since I've read it, but I can't remember, so I can't like come up with what I loved about it. But I just have to say it like gave me a lot of little tips and tools to go into. And then mindset was this one is Dr. Carol Dweck, and apparently this is what a lot of psychologists use as a basis of one of my kids' doctors gave us this to explain one of our kids that like there's growth mindset and there's fixed mindset. And I had no idea. Of course, when I started talking to my kids about this, like we learned this in school, Mom. So I guess they're like counselors
Probably in
talk
Heart
about.
and Mind, they probably teach.
Yeah, they teach this like mindset idea that there's a growth mindset and there's a fixed mindset. So it helped me explain my son, like when he wanted to quit football, that we were like, oh, he's being lazy. Oh, he doesn't like the competition. Oh, he's wimping out. He's taking the easy way. But to learn that he has this fixed mindset, which is really about him not like if that path's too hard, if that path's not for him or someone excels at that path, that's not his path. He's going to go find his path. And he's going to think he's got to be the best at whatever that path is. He doesn't believe he can grow into that, which you can shift mindsets. And I think you can have different mindsets for different
areas of your life.
yeah, like I think Mark is like that with certain things. Like Mark's like that with football, but he's not like that with, well, actually, I don't know. But growth mindset, like my middle son is growth mindset because he's like, if I work with this trainer and I get faster footwork and I work with the track team to get faster and I, watch more tape on the team, I'll get better and I'll work harder and I'll watch my friends and I'll see the guys that are better than me and I'll watch the plays. Whereas my other son was like, I got it or I don't. It's just, it really explains people to me in a whole different way. It talks about like Lee Iacocca and John McEnroe, the tennis player, like how John McEnroe would always come up with excuses like my shoe wasn't tied right or the wind was blowing funny or my racket must have been strung differently. And that's why he would lose and get frustrated and get so angry, as opposed to being like, it just wasn't my day or I can do better next time. And it really talks a lot about people that take criticism and people that don't. Like the big difference is people that take criticism, people don't. So when you like give someone a test and show them the results, if they did badly, the people that have a fixed mindset are the ones that are like, well, that sucked. This is awful. I'm just an idiot. And then the ones that have growth mindset are like, oh, I didn't realize, I was doing so poorly, or that I could, that was the answer there. And I want to try it again. I want to see if I can do better. And that you can kind of shift into different mindsets in different circumstances, but also you can kind of make yourself more of a growth mindset, I guess. I don't know if you can make yourself a fixed mindset, but it really, that one's been one of my favorite books I've read in a long time. And then I just finished The Price of Privilege, and I love this one because it's like affluent kids, and which right now is basically anyone in America, really. Anyone that has a cell phone, I think, could be considered a privileged kid. And just, it says parental pressure and material advantage are creating a generation of disconnected and unhappy kids. And it's really about how, even though our kids have so much information and so much more now, they have, they have busier schedules, but they have more opportunities. And yet they're still probably the most unhappy generation to be recorded. But what I love, too, is at the end, she talks a lot about moms and what it means to be, like, how a mom plays into the life of your child and, like, the mentality of your child. And and if you're not a happy person, it's basically that whole, she says it, and I don't know how old the book is, but she says the whole thing about the oxygen mask.
Yeah.
If you
Lead
don't
by
put,
example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling she might be one of the first to say it. Because I don't know how old this book was, but she said it in a way that wasn't like, you've heard it before, it was sort of like the first time you'd heard it, the way it was 2006. So I feel like I just love that she's also like, there's so much research that goes into this book, and then there's so much about the mom at the end. The last whole section is about moms and how we play into our kids.
Yeah. Yeah. That I had flagged something that Sissy had posted, that the single best thing you can do for a child who is struggling with worry or anxiety is to deal with your own. And she posted that about a new book and book club that she's going to start on September 4th for Worry-Free Parent Book Club.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I had saved that to kind of look back at it. And she said the best thing you can do for your kids is to do your own worry work, and it's just a great post if you want to check that out. But
Yeah.
I'll definitely try to join that
Well,
too.
read
She's
the end of
great.
Price of Privilege.
Yeah.
And then do that.
I'd like to read that one for sure.
Yeah, it literally is. And I love doing these on tape because I love them, like, talking to me while I'm driving. Like,
That's when you don't have to worry about your kids listening to.
yeah.
We're
Well,
like, actually listen to this.
except that I have to say, Price of Privilege and Mindset are two of the hardest, like, the writers are amazing, but to hear their voices.
Oh no.
It's
Yeah.
like, I put it on
that
time
can
and a half.
ruin a book.
I needed to hurry it up and get it over with because I'm
Aw.
like, because they're talking like this and that just about both of them are very very similar, but yeah, she just, like Sissy Goff's saying in that, like, the mom, if you're not taking care of yourself, or if you're exhibiting anxiety, or if you're exhibiting depression and stuff, and what does that look like to your child, and what are they seeing, and what are they learning from that, and just really focusing on how mommies have to take care of themselves. And daddies do too, but she focuses hardcore on the moms. Mark read this while we were in Africa, and he kept, like, leaning over to me on airplanes and stuff and would show me parts that were like, kids tend to be really hard to their parents, but especially their mom. Like, teens would be really mean to their
That's very
parents, but especially
confirming.
their
though.
mom.
You're like, thank you. I know.
He's like, see, look, they still love you. They're just taking it out on you. I'm like, okay.
Thank you.
Well, for a positive note, this book that you brought in, I've loved it.
Oh.
And the reading the devotional every morning.
What is the title actually? Is
I think it's
is it just life,
that-
or
it's
is
life
it all
and
of that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's actually a 100-day devotional by Lisa Harper. I'd never heard of her before. Have y'all?
Yes, she's hilarious. And
Wait, read the whole
I've
title.
heard her speak, and reading it and reading the parts
She's
she writes.
super funny.
Yes, she's so funny, and you can really hear her voice in it.
Yeah. So life and obsessively grateful, undone by Jesus, genuinely happy, and not faking it through the hard stuff. Kind of.
Kind of.
Kind of 100-day devotional.
She's very Southern
I
and
love
just
it.
She's here in Nashville, I think.
like somewhere right outside of Nashville. I
Yeah,
think, on a
yeah.
farm. And
Well, maybe we all need to do this one.
Yeah.
Get through the 100 days and then have her on and be like, okay.
she's great.
Amanda, did you know that 80% of your immune system is located in your gut and digestive tract?
I only know that now because our new sponsor, Firstform, makes such a big deal about that with their product, OptiGreens 50.
Yeah, OptiGreens 50 is a precisely formulated green superfood powder. And it's great for your healthy digestion, which is so important for overall health and wellness.
Literally everything in your body. And
Yeah.
this product is not only really effective, but it tastes so good. Can
Yeah.
we talk about that wild berry flavor? I am here for it.
It's not gritty. And it's from natural flavors.
Yeah,
and they're so confident in the flavor that if you don't like it, they'll offer 110%. 110%
It's
money
crazy.
back guarantee.
Yeah, all you got to do is tell them it's not for me and send it back. No problems there. But y'all, you're not going to want to send it back. It's delicious.
It's delicious. OptiGreens 50 has 50 hand-chosen ingredients, and it's effectively dosed. It's not necessarily how many ingredients. The more important point is that they're the right amount of each ingredient. And 100% of the greens ingredients are all grown and manufactured here in the USA.
Which we love.
We love that. They also have protein meat sticks. I took some of this with me to Africa on my trip.
It's amazing
and
for
it was
that.
great just to have those meat sticks. Are super awesome protein. They keep you full. They're delicious. They were just great to have for me and the boys.
And the protein bars are equally as delicious.
yeah, the
My kids even love them.
Protein bars are delish. Great flavors, amazing, yummy. Loved it. So all you have to do is go to firstform.com/MJH. It's 1stphorm.com/MJH.
And if you order now, you get free shipping through this link on any orders over $75.
Yeah, so check it out. And thanks, Firstform, for sponsoring What Women Binge.
Okay.
We have to find something that you guys haven't read. This is going to be impossible.
I have
you pick
I have
a
a
you
Hang
pick
on,
a
I'm pulling up my
list.
want to read list.
Angela
and I
picks
haven't
a
updated
classic.
it recently.
I've already picked mine. And
I got recommended to me to read 0 Days by Ruth Ware. I haven't.
Okay.
It looks a little.
I've read something Ruth
Oh,
Ware.
have y'all read The Paper Palace yet?
Yes.
Okay, I had that in my list, but I
like
have not read it.
Wait, 0 days?
I actually really want you to read that though, because I want to hear how you think it ends.
Okay.
Because it's a little open ended.
Okay, so here's how it's described on Amazon. The Ruth Ware 0
She's the
days.
woman in Cabin 10. That's who Ruth Ware is.
Yes.
I've never read her books before. She did one
haven't
by
either.
one. It's in my pending.
So my mother-in-law recommended 0 Days by Ruth Ware or The Only One Left by Riley Sager. So those two are.
Has anyone read The 100 Years of Lenny and Margot?
No.
That one's on my list and seems like something we'd like.
Did Love Theoretically come out yet?
Yes.
I haven't read it yet.
It's cute.
Should we put that on?
I love Allie Hazelwood. I think she's really fun. I have a lot of books on here that I haven't.
All right, wait. Love Theoretically. Are we doing 0 days?
Have y'all read Magnolia Parks?
No.
I haven't either, but it was recommended to me.
I've read Love Theoretically already.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. But
All right,
that's
so
okay.
Magnolia Parks maybe? 0 days. Palace, the hotel at Palace Place Vendôme.
How about the Meet Me at the Lake? Someone recommended that one to me.
You already read it.
Yeah, that was me.
Wait, but you have to pick a classic.
Oh yeah.
What haven't you read?
I don't know.
Did you? What would you say before?
What's let's Google it.
Grapes of Wrath.
Best classic
Oh,
novels.
let's not do Grapes of Wrath.
You don't want to do Grapes of Wrath? Anyone want to do like Anna Karenina?
Here's the
I
thing:
would
is
read
so
that.
many of these books I put on my list, like when they first came out, and now the ratings are coming in on them, and I'm
And you're
like,
like, meh.
"Ooh, do I really want to invest
Yeah,
my
but think about-
time in a
here's what I think about-
3.2?
Hold
But
on,
the
here's
thing
what I
is,
think
is
about
like-
ratings. People only complain about things. I always
That's
feel like
true. That's
No,
not a lot of people go there to be like, that was the best thing ever. Some will.
Okay, but the 100 Years of Lenny and Margot has a 4.3.
Oh, that's good.
That's pretty good.
I'll add that to my
Let's do
list.
that one.
Or is
then.
that your
Okay.
pick, Amanda?
All right, I'll pick that.
What are you picking?
0 Days. by
Okay,
Ruth
0
Ware.
days.
That is outside of my
I'm writing
normal
this down,
scope.
guys.
Is it 100 years or 100 days?
The 100 Years of Lenny, Lenni, and Margot.
Why is it not coming up for me?
It's by Mary Ann Cronin.
I'm doing the hotel on Place Vendôme, I think it's called, right? And then you've got to pick a classic. And then we're going to ask you guys or this or that before we let you leave.
Oh, no. Okay,
What's it
what
called
is that?
about the Vendôme? What is it?
The hotel on Place or Place Vendôme. I'm saying Place Vendôme. It's got to be, right?
Do you know why I read so many books? It's because I set a goal for myself in Goodreads and then I stick to it.
Oh, wow.
Like I'm a box checker.
you like to check
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
I
I'm
see
that girl.
I see that.
Yeah, so that's why. And my
I've
goal
been
this
trying
month.
to write more, so that's been taking away my reading time.
Okay,
That's
what
good
was
for
the
you.
book that you picked?
My goal is
0
65.
days.
0
65
days.
books a year?
That's my goal this year, 65.
Mine was
Wow.
12. Mine was 12. And by the way, I did those 3 Colleen Hoovers really fast, so I'm almost there.
Some are easier than others.
Yeah, some are.
Colleen Hoover is very easy to,
Colleen
to
Hoover,
read
yeah.
fast. But I have read a couple of hers that were not good.
What about Never Never? Did you read that one yet?
let me
That's the
look.
one about
Yeah.
the 2 kids in high school that lose their memory. You read it. You didn't
feel like
love it.
It was just different from her normal stuff. I mean, I liked it. I'm
halfway. I like it. I like it a lot.
There was one of hers.
Down.
There was one of hers that was super depressing, and I was like, at the end of it, I was like, I cannot believe I wasted my time on that.
She's got a lot of books. That's the thing.
Okay, what was your pick?
She still hasn't picked one.
I don't know.
We got to find a classic. Should we just post it? What's a good
post our pick ones?
We've already done Great Gatsby. We can't exactly. I don't feel like we can.
Without Merit from Colleen Hoover, I give it 1 star.
Oh,
yeah.
It was so depressing.
Yeah, I agree.
Like very dark. A lot of talk of like suicide and like it was just.
It was just very off.
I did not like it at all.
I want to know where your Goodreads app is on your phone. Is it on front page?
No, it's not. It's under books back here.
Okay. Oh, you got a whole books app.
I don't know if we ever checked back in. Did any of y'all finish Carrie Soto is Back?
Yes, I did.
No. It's a lot of tennis.
It's a lot of tennis.
A lot of tennis?
I did finally finish it, and I mean, as much as I sing the praises of Taylor Jenkins Reid.
You guys already clicked on that you want to read 100 Years of Lenny. Like, look at you guys already on your freaking...
Right now, we're all on Goodreads.
This is hilarious. I'm literally, all of my suggestions are all you bitches saying that right now. That's hilarious. Oh, and you just put Price of Privilege in too, huh?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
So
we got to find a classic, you guys. All right, maybe everyone at home can suggest a classic. What do you think?
Wait, why are you guys not showing up on my feed?
Did you unfollow us?
You got to follow us,
I have the most random people, and like, look at these like nasty. The stepbrother Dearest, and he's lifting his shirt up. Like,
oh, what have you been listening to? That's suggesting that for me?
it's somebody that I follow apparently who is reading that. I don't know.
I like it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Wait, do we have a book club on here? Because you can create book clubs.
No,
we need to do that.
Goodreads. That's what we need to do.
We've talked about it, and I don't think we did it. We need to do a tiny book club.
Do you guys want to do read
Goodreads.
Pride and Prejudice? You want to do a Jane Austen?
I love Jane Austen.
Or do
I'm
you wanna
always
do
happy
something
to read
like
Jane
Emma?
Austen.
I love Jane Austen.
I've actually been dying to read Uncle Tom's Cabin, but I don't know if that's one we necessarily talk about. 1984. Wuthering Heights?
Wuthering
you done
Heights
Wuthering
is
Heights?
I have not.
She hasn't read Wuthering Heights.
I haven't read any of Jane
I don't
Austen
think
either.
I ever read
Well, that's-
Wuthering Heights.
Yeah. Wuthering Heights I haven't
The
read in a long
beauty
time.
in reading Jane Austen is you can go and you can buy the most beautiful book you've ever
Right.
Yeah.
bought.
But you can also, pick up your books.
And I love that because
you
books are a
lent me-
tactile experience for
Brooke,
me.
you lent me one of your books, and I never read it yet. It's sitting on my bookshelf, but I recently did this. I took all of my dust covers off, and I stack them all up on my bookshelf like this because they're so much prettier.
Yep.
The dust covers are pretty, but they're not as pretty as the actual book.
They're really helpful to save your space in the book.
They are. You need
Is that what you use them for?
Yeah.
As
We'll
bookmark?
get you a nice
like that.
bookmark.
I do. I have a ton of them, but I have a stack of books.
I
There's a
love
lot
a
of-
good, just like I love a beautiful book, I love a beautiful bookmark.
Yep.
Airplane tickets.
My
tend to be
friend
my
Sarah
bookmark.
has made me in the last year. She made me like homemade bookmarks,
Look at this.
and they are like my pride and joy.
I like this one.
I
have
love
my
them.
gold.
You love
my
them?
gold feather.
That's
So
beautiful.
pretty.
That is a cute one.
So pretty.
And then the kids always bring them home too.
Well, for my kids, I just use Pokemon cards. They're abundant in my home.
There's so many. All right, so you got. So are we picking Wuthering Heights? What do you think? You choose Wuthering Heights. You want to do Jane Eyre?
Well,
You
I
wanna
feel
do-
bad making you guys read something you've already read, which I
Oh, no,
love.
I really
oh my gosh,
want
I
to.
love
Oh,
Jane
I've
Eyre.
definitely not read all
really wanna
of
read.
the Jane Austen books. So
Is there a Jane Austen book that everybody has not read before?
I've kind of read them all only because I did a Jane Austen class in college.
Oh.
But you got Emma, you got Sense and Sensibility, you've got Pride
you've
and
read
Prejudice.
every single one.
You've got what's the other one?
Jane Well, Jane Eyre isn't Jane Austen. It's somebody else. Who is it?
Jane
Emily
Eyre
Bronte.
is one of the Brontes, yeah. And then you've got Wuthering Heights is Emily Bronte, Jane Eyre, Charlotte Bronte. You got Picture of Dorian Gray. See, Catcher in the Rye. Since you said you didn't like it, I feel like I need to make you watch it, read it.
Watch it, read it.
Okay, which one? What do you decide? It's your book.
We can.
Anything. And
To be continued. Do you want to text us?
There's these Jane Austens that are like smaller books, like Northanger Abbey, Lady Susan, the Watson.
Or if you don't want to do a classic, we can
No,
come
it's
up with
fine.
one.
No, I love Jane Austen. I've never read any of her books.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's pick one of hers.
All right. There's Mansfield Park, Northanger Abbey, Persuasion, Emma.
Which one's like the not as long read?
There you go.
Emma's probably the longest, I think.
I just watched that series.
Did you? Oh,
On
you know it
BritBox.
way too well. then.
Yeah.
Come on.
What
about-
How about Pride and Prejudice?
Pride and Prejudice?
Yeah, let's do it.
Why not?
I just
I've never
bought
read it.
I was,
Let's
I
all
was
just
planning to
fall
read
in
it
love
anyways.
with Mr. Darcy.
I marked it off
again.
as read, but that's only because I did it a long time ago. So I'm going to do it again. Want
All right.
to read, putting it on my want to read.
Oh, I'm gonna have the prettiest copy you've ever seen.
Yeah, you are.
Watch me.
I actually have a collection. When I was
Are you gonna get on
18.
eBay and get like a classic?
I don't know.
Ooh.
But
There's a lot of
Penguin
options
puts out
here.
all the classics
They
and really
do.
beautiful.
I've been buying them for my little one.
I just
bought her Little Mermaid.
They're so pretty. So I may
for
go
my
get one of
18th
those.
birthday, I got a set of Jane Austen, like from England, like beautiful bound, like gold embossed
Are you gonna read that?
Jane
one?
Austen books. They're kind of small.
Yeah.
And now that I'm old and my eyes are bad, I can.
Oh,
bigger.
you'll just have to get a new copy.
I'll have to get a new copy.
Darn, that's so
A
unfortunate.
beautiful. Where do you find good books? Where?
Online, or I love just to go in the bookstores.
I do too.
But, like, I don't want to just go like a Barnes and Noble
No,
and pick up.
you
like,
go to the
where-
antique bookstore.
Yeah.
There's
that?
a great one in downtown Franklin called Landmark.
What's the Parnassus?
Parnassus is
and
in Green
Parnassus.
Our friend
Hills.
Kimberly Williams Paisley just went.
Yeah.
And
That was-
Patchett.
and
She
Patchett
has a new
owns
book
it.
out right now too.
Oh yeah, we need to read that.
I need to add that to the list.
I have never read Anne of Green Gables either. I grew up on the
I've
movies
only
and
read
I've
the
never
movies.
read the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like a staple
Would
in
you
my
rather
family.
read
About
that
that,
than
yeah.
Pride and Prejudice?
Do you think you could read it with Kenny? Would she do it?
She
It would take
she's
you
old enough
forever.
now.
You think so? It would take her
would
take a
take
really
you
long
forever,
time.
yeah.
She'd
I
be
could
like,
read it with Tucker too. That'd be nice.
It would take you forever to read it with Tucker.
Well, he'll fall asleep and I'll just keep going.
Yeah, there you go.
He'll pick up every chapter or so.
I like it though.
I say let's stick to Pride and Prejudice.
All right, so for everyone at home, here's what we're going to try to do. 0 days, 100 years of, what is it? Lenny and Margot. The Hotel on Place Vendôme and Pride and Prejudice. Or I wrote Price and Prejudice, but that could be the new version. That's the TJ Maxx version.
She's a Maxinista, and he is a corporate.
Oh, wait,
Dark.
let's do a quick this or
Buyer.
that with these girls.
Okay.
All right, so we're just going to ask you guys this, what do we call it? The seasons questions of this or that. So it's just a quick answer.
Okay.
Do you have it?
Oh, you want me to do it?
Oh, I've got
Hang
it.
on.
I've got it. Okay. On your pizza, pineapple or pepperoni?
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
Floss or toothpick?
Floss.
Band or orchestra?
Band.
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Waffles.
Cardio or weights?
Neither.
Neither. Yeah.
Like come to BFT.
Cardio.
Shaken or stirred?
Shaken.
I don't drink.
I know.
Okay, there you go. Your coffee, shaken. No,
Stirred.
Yeah, stirred. There
Reality or true crime?
True crime.
Threads or X?
Say what?
you go. Threads.
Twitter.
Oh, I've deleted. I don't have either
Delete,
of those.
delete.
Yeah.
Prada or Gucci?
Gucci. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at you ladies.
That
You're
was
kind of
easy.
on the same
Okay.
path.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, now you need to leave a secret for our secret jar so we can
yeah.
try to guess you
I
again.
don't have any more secrets to give you.
I know, you have to keep thinking
You
of
gave
new
us a
secrets.
juicy one the last time.
Did I?
I don't know. I don't even.
Did she?
Yeah. What did I give
Or
you?
at least what we guessed for you. I don't know.
I know
we-
that's
we
the
might have
bad
been
part.
very
Y'all
wrong.
guess.
I don't know. We have to go back and listen.
Do you remember
That
what
a
it
long time ago.
was?
That was he with someone else when you met?
Yeah.
That was totally you. We guessed it right.
Oh,
That was us.
you.
Mhm.
Oh man,
We
now
were
I gotta
both
think.
dating other people.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
I just love it first sight.
Kind of, yeah. Well, for me, he's a realist. He's like, I don't know if I believe in that. Well, you married me.
My
Here we
husband's
are.
They're a lot alike.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, this was fun. Thanks for
So
coming
fun.
out.
I
Thanks
love
for
Tiny Book Club.
Yeah.
We gotta read now.
I'm so excited.
We got some reading to do. We'll come back in a few
Lots
weeks.
of reading to
Sounds
do.
good.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you guys will have read 50 other books in the meantime, and I'll still be trying to get through these 4.
At least Angela will with her
No, that's not
60
true.
books for the year or whatever.
Well, I'm going to try to read Pride and Prejudice on paper. I'm going to try.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And not listen
Yeah.
to it. So we'll see.
Maybe we
a
need to get
lot.
matching
Yeah,
copies.
you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm buying us all matching copies.
I'm in. Let's do it.
All right. All right, girls. Thanks.
Thanks
Thanks everybody for being here. Don't forget to, share the podcast with people, rate, review, all the good things, subscribe, and come back and read the books and come back and
Join
do
our
another-
Tiny Book Club.
Join our
Yeah.
tiny book club next time.